Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently fighting these two wars on behalf of the Ottomans. And to be honest, we don't care about this war in the slightest. This war is completely and totally irrelevant to us. We are not going to do anything with it at all. Period. End of story. This war is a little bit more relevant to us, but with this war, we don't care whether we win or lose. Either way, we win. Reason being, we're okay with cutting down the power level of the Ottomans. In fact, that's a good thing from our perspective. We would like to be freed up to break our alliance and attack them later on. So having them get weakened would be great, and losing Egypt as their vassal would be huge. That's 100,000 troops. Absolutely huge. Ridiculously huge. So we would be happy about that. We would also be happy if we win the war because we might be able to get some territory out of Russia up over here. So either way, it's fine. We're just going to proceed here, and we don't really care whether we win or lose. However, I will note Ottomans are at low war enthusiasm. So I think this is probably going to end pretty soon, and ultimately that's a good thing. We do want this war to end soon. We just don't care how it ends. Broadly. We broadly don't care who wins, I should say. That was a pretty big attrition tick that we just took there. Okay, noted. So we are just taking over a little bit more Nogai territory over here. My plan is to just attack up like this in that general direction. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm assuming this is a Nogai core. Yes, we're going to flip that over to Nogai. We don't want to control that ourselves. Now, Russia has some troops down over here. We'd love to fight them, but this force needs to get freed up first, and we're not actually in position for that right now. We do see Venice coming this way with a 55k stack. Venice is Miltech 16, so that is actually somewhat threatening to us. They're actually on par with us in Miltech. So that is concerning. So that means we need to move these forces up faster than anticipated. I was planning on occupying these areas first, but we just have to move. Oh, we just won this siege. That's really convenient timing. Okay, we're going to position here and here then. So we're just going to walk back, and now they can't move past this fort. So they could go around up this direction, but they're not going to. They're just turning around. So that looks good. We're very happy about that. We can invite a new scholar. Our previous scholar just died. And do we want to? It is this one. So 51 admin power for a merchant. Honestly, we need admin tech. So we're probably going to wait on that and get admin tech for now. So this is occupied by us. That's not a Nogai core. Let's head down over here. We do see Venice heading this direction. Okay. Mildly concerning, for sure. We'll see where they show up at. We just want to finish up this occupation for the time being. They're here? Okay. Austria just pieced out with a white piece. Beautiful. So we're absolutely okay with that. We're going to head up over this direction. Now, do we think that Venice wins this fight? Possibly. This is about half of their army. And this is, of course, our full army. However, we are in a position where after this war, and after we have our manpower regenerate... Actually, no, we need to build a manufactory in Mansura. That's right. And that's under construction right now. So, once we have this war end, we're in a position where we can actually expand our army by another full army here. So that would be absolutely wonderful. We would be delighted to do that. I also want to check here, yeah, combat width of 30, just double checking, yeah, we're at the correct combat width. So, we're currently heading up over here. The question is, do they actually want to fight us? We have a significant numerical advantage here. This battle would occur on 28 May, which means that we would technically be the defender here. They have 1 maneuver compared to our 3 maneuver and 1 maneuver. So I don't think we'd get the crossing penalty. These guys will arrive on 28 May. So will these. So we could actually tick this one day like this to guarantee that this guy would be the leader. In theory. And we wouldn't get the crossing penalty. So we would be the defender in steps. And in steps, of course, I want to just check here. Yeah, there's no actual benefit for defending in step. So that wouldn't be the biggest of deals. The question is, do we think we pull this off? Well, let's look at their combat width, right? 18, 14, 30. So, I mean, they're going to be full combat width, but their cavalry aren't going to be flanking. Their cavalry are going to be attacking the front, like attacking the center. They're going to have a significant issue in their front line, specifically with their number of infantry. Noted. Okay. They've got 30 cannon, we'll have 20 cannon, so they'll have slightly stronger fire phases. But I think that the shock phases will be roughly equivalent. So the question is, do we have a sufficient numerical advantage here to make this happen? That's what this boils down to. There's some Ottoman forces out over here. These guys might come in and reinforce. I think we give it a go and see what happens. I'm curious to see how we measure up with Venice. I suspect they're going to have a pretty big morale advantage on us, but let's find out. Okay, let's take a quick look here. So looking in on this, we've got 5.4, they've got 6.3. So as expected, they do have a morale advantage. They have a discipline advantage as well currently. Okay, and a slight tactical advantage. So we're probably going to end up losing this battle unless the Ottomans come in and reinforce us. Unless we do sufficiently well. Ooh, Ottomans did reinforce us. Okay, we're going to recall from Bashkiria. That's fine. Ottomans reinforced us. That is the only reason we won that. We would have lost this battle without the Ottomans there. So that is noted. Absolutely. We have a pretty big morale differential there. Now, there's a couple of things that we could potentially think about doing about that. Boosting up our offensive ideas would, of course, get us land leader fire, which would be good. Siege ability is not that big of a deal, but the discipline here would be great. They already have this. The other thing that we could do is get quality ideas. That would be good. And let's see, do we have any... No, not up over here. We can always drill. That's an option for helping that sort of thing out. No doubt about that. Checking in on our military tactics, yeah. It's slightly lower. So just broadly, we know that we're going to need a significant numerical advantage to fight Venice now. So that's good. We had a small numerical advantage there. It was a good measuring stick. And the Ottomans happened to be nearby and allowed us to finish it up nicely. So that is all great. No problem there. We're going to head over this direction. And Venice is going to be retreating for a while here. How are they doing on manpower? They're at 0 manpower right now. Ottomans are at 0 manpower, and we're going to be at 0 manpower pretty quickly. So that's definitely a bit awkward. No doubt about that one. New organization, army professionalism. Nice. So working up our army professionalism would, of course, be very, very good for us. So may refill garrison, regain manpower when disbanding, reduce morale damage taken by reserves, and army drill gain modifier. Yeah, that would all be nice, but it'll take some time. We are now positive in the war score here. We are currently winning this. So that's definitely noted. Okay, that war just white pieced. You know how I said we don't care how it ends? Yeah, I don't like white piece. That's awkward. Okay, we're not going to participate in the Venice War. We don't care about it whatsoever. We're going to head home. That's a little unfortunate that they white pieced, but I guess it's okay. I do want to start thinking about getting another army going here, and we're going to have a manpower issue for that. No doubt about it. But we only need 6,000 men right now, so that seems reasonably fine. No major issues there. We're going to get our armies heading home and start recruiting another army fairly soon here. That is absolutely something that I want to do. We're not going to help out against Venice. Absolutely not. We can see here we've already gotten 36% participation, so that's as good as we're going to get. Ottomans, you guys are on your own for the rest of this. Unless Venice attacks us. We'll defend ourselves, of course. Calm declared on Chagatai? Okay. Manchu no longer considers us a rival. That's fine. These guys can get to drilling, and we're absolutely going to do that. Cool. We should be building up manpower again quite soon. Yeah, not next month, but the month after. Actually, it might start next month. Cool. What are the Ottomans at for troop count? 51k? Okay. Yeah, the Ottomans are not having a good time. That's for sure. That's absolutely for sure. So we're going to get drilling down over here. We absolutely do want to work up our drill. Nogai is kind of heading home too, so that's absolutely fine. Cossack aggression, huh? We'll demand that they be brought to justice and we'll get some prestige. Keeping our prestige capped is great. That will help us significantly with things like our morale differential. So that'll be absolutely great. I do want to recruit in, for now, just a single unit of infantry. That'll do. So the single unit of infantry is going to go here. We're just getting a third army going at this point. Having 3 armies will be very convenient for us in these wars. No doubt about that. So we're going to need a leader for this army. And do we want to ask the emirs? Can we ask the emirs? We cannot. So we'll have to recruit one the old-fashioned way, which we'll do. And we'll get that drilling. Cool. And we know we want this to go up to 4 units of cavalry. For now, we're going to put in 2. Venice is fighting the rebels up over there. Cool. We like that. That's great. We'll get some admin power here. We really do need admin tech. So we're going to grab, because as we can see here, we should be in unbalanced research now. Yes, we are. We really do need this admin tech. So that gives us an idea group. What idea might we want to take here? Honestly, I kind of want to take quality. It's probably a bad idea to do right now, but we don't have to invest in it right now. Oh, right. We can't pick another idea in the military category right now. So we have to go for like an admin idea. Perhaps economic would be the way to go. So we'll take economic then. And then after that, we still wouldn't be able to pick a military idea group for this one, but we would be able to for this one. So that would be the idea there then. Okay. So we're currently 11 years ahead of time in Miltech. That is understood. 121 ducats. Absolutely, we'll take that. And we do want to bring up our cavalry count to 4. Now, this is going to be too much, right? No doubt about that. We completed our manufactory in Mansura. That's wonderful. But this is going to be an unbalanced amount of cavalry. We can't actually have this ratio of cavalry to infantry. So we're going to need to boost up our infantry here, which we will definitely do as the manpower comes in. I think the Ottomans will exit this war fairly soon. And Venice will probably take a little bit of territory up here. That's ultimately a good thing for us, as long as Venice doesn't start to snowball, right? That's going to be what we're going to want to prevent here. So we're going to continue to bring in infantry units here. How are we doing on our income? Oh, 13.25. No problem whatsoever right now. I like it. Corruption is going down reasonably well. Looks good. And at this point, we're just kind of waiting for the Ottomans to lose their war. That's what we're waiting on right now. So hopefully that does end up happening. How's our war exhaustion at the moment? 2.43? Okay, that seems fine. No major issues there. We're going to continue to recruit infantry here. Jampur was building a spy network. Hilarious. And as we get in the additional manpower, we'll just continue to bulk up this army. It will not take too long. We need to get this to 26 and this to 10 to get it to the same size as our other armies. Nogai Pretender rebels have risen up over here. In theory, Nogai can handle that. Russia rivals us, which is deeply unsurprising. We're still truced with Russia right now. When is that truce up? 1602? Okay. Noted. Also, we definitely do want to offer vassalization to Bashkiria. They're not currently willing to accept that. 2 reasons not to, due to pretty much economic base. Okay. Well, we're going to continue to work on our economic base, obviously. And I would like to come in over here. None of those are worth building. Ah, this workshop in Mansura absolutely is worth building. So we'll build that, and we can look at potentially a manufactory as well. Looks good. We can invest in a military idea if we wanted to. And since we are 11 years ahead of time in Miltech, we probably should. So let's grab our land leader fire. That'll also give us minus 15% artillery cost, which is absolutely great. Let's continue to recruit units here, bringing that up to 15. Wonderful. We have an excellent minister here. We can get some government reform progress and admin power, or we could 40 admin power, or we could gain 100 military power. And I think we're going to take that because we do want to fill out the offensive ideas. So we'll get that done. That seems good. We don't really have that big of a use for admin power right now other than tech. So for now, I'm okay with building that up. How are we doing on printing press anyway? It's almost started. Okay, good to know. That's going to take a bit. That's going to take more than a bit, actually. That's going to take quite a while. We'll continue to bulk up this army at quite a pace. Global trade has now spawned. Okay, and we might actually get that before printing press. Most likely. We'll most likely get that before printing press. Yep. We are. Okay. That's going to be mildly awkward for us. Printing press is just so far away, right? It'll take additional time to get here. We have converted Korla over. That's always good. And we can set an agenda here, which we should definitely do. What do we got here? Manufactory in Tashkent. I like it. Where is this? Up over here. So a manufactory here would be a plantation. 419 gold for that, of course. So that'll take a little bit, especially as we're building up this army. No doubt about that. We're up to 21 here, and we can see that Trier has some troops right over here sieging. I do hope that Ottomans exit this war. And in fact, they did. Fantastic. So Ottomans accepted peace as a resounding defeat and lost a bunch of territory off over here. That's great. We're very, very happy about that. Ottomans losing territory is good for us here. So we confirm this seize land. Absolutely, that is great. And there we go. We get some absolutism and some reform progress growth. Looks good. We do have some Sindhi separatists brewing up here. But for the moment, we're going to keep drilling. We do need to get quite a lot of units done here. The Peasants' War, of course, needs to go away. That's what that 50% manpower was, not the estate agenda. Right. We just lost a general out over here. I don't think we can recruit from the emirs yet. No. So we're going to have to use half of that military power that we got from that event to get a general here. That's a decent general, though. Okay. And get drilling. Fantastic. So now we're going to go up to 25 infantry units. And now 26. So that is our front line done for this army. Now we need to get our backline going, which our current backline is just 10 cannon. So that's fine. That will be a little bit expensive. That'll cost, I think, a total of, what, 300 gold? 200 gold. Okay. But it'll be over time as the manpower comes in, right? So we're just going to do that for now. Ottomans is calling us in the second war for independence against Egypt. That was remarkably fast. They have to still have a truce, right? They didn't lose 5 stability for breaking truce. Wild. Okay, who all's in this? It is just Egypt. Are we going to leave Ottomans to this one? Maybe. We might be interested in just saying, you know what, you've got this, Ottomans. Do they? Do they have this? 72k versus 41k? 13 versus 15? I don't think they have this. Again, we are interested in Ottomans losing this vassal. Weakening the Ottomans opens up our options diplomatically and allows us to sweep in and take some of this territory. So that's not a terrible thing, to be honest. That's really, really not bad. So maybe we just let the Ottomans lose this. We get these guys back to drilling and be like, you know what, Ottomans? You're kind of on your own here. And I think that's the plan. At least for now. We'll see if that changes, but we have very little to gain from this. Although we probably should go deal with Nogai's rebels up here, considering Nogai just lost this battle. So we'll go do that for now. We do need to get our manpower, or not our manpower, actually. This is a gold issue. We need to get one more unit of artillery here, and then this army is done. So that is great. We're going to take out these rebels. No problem. And now I'm going to split off these units here. About like that. Cool. Once this is capped, we're going to go back to Samarkand. There we go. And these guys are just going to siege all of this back. Wonderful. So we're currently gaining about 5 gold per month. That's noted. We may want to go eliminate this unit of rebels for the Ottomans. Yeah, we'll do that. That's okay. Ottomans are still Miltech 13 and still at -3 stability. Wow. That's insane. Absolutely insane. That's probably why things aren't going so well for them, to be honest. So we're going to head back over here after eliminating those Ottoman rebels for them. And let's get one more unit of cannon. And then we can send maybe like just this army out to go help the Ottomans. We probably don't need much more than that, to be honest. So we're just waiting on this last unit of cannon here. More rebels up over here? Okay. We can go help the Ottomans deal with their rebels. That's fine. I'm just waiting on this last unit of cannon for that. So that all seems good. We are currently negative in terms of cash. That is due to reinforcement. Indeed. And there we go. Now we're back to positive. And actually, if no guy's got this, we're going to head down over here then. Cool. So, ticking war score is even here. Noted. Ah, I see. Independence rebels in Egypt. Gotcha. That'll do it. So we're going to head over and eliminate this unit of rebels here. Oh, there's more Ottoman rebels. Okay. Well, we're just going to get these killed very quickly. Ottomans are Miltech 13, so we're going to have a really easy time moving through this. Now, keep in mind, Egypt is Miltech 15. They're going to be a little bit tougher. But we still have a Miltech advantage on them. So that's not too bad, all things considered. I would definitely like to consider grabbing Glorious Arms for more prestige from land battles. It's not great, but we're working our way through to Siege Ability, Land Force Limit Modifier, and Discipline, right? Those are going to be the real good things. So we're going to head up over here and continue to deal with these Ottoman rebels. There we go. And we can come down this way and see if we can fight any of Egypt's troops. It would be a good thing to do so, I think. Just as kind of a barometer of how things are going. We do see that they're down over here. Okay. In that case, I'd kind of like to go take this back. That'll be fine. We have these two armies being held in reserve at this moment. They're just drilling, and that'll be okay. We're losing our great power status. This is, of course, because of institutions. It's not because we're actually not a great power. Our actual great power ranking would be 7th, above Austria. But we are definitely lacking institutions here. Russia's Miltech 14 allied with Venice now. Okay. That's not necessarily great. So at this point, I want Ottomans to stabilize. Yeah, definitely I want Ottomans to stabilize. For that to happen, of course, we have to stop having all these defensive wars, right? So that'll be a pretty big deal. Hey, national tax modifier and yearly corruption? That's wonderful. What did they just occupy? Not any of our territory, I don't think. No? Okay. So that's all good. We are, of course, capping back these areas over here. This siege will end fairly soon, and that will be a good thing. It should auto-cap a lot of these areas. Russia is threatening our trade. That is very rude of them, but also extremely unsurprising, right? We're at 120 out of 116. Why did our land force limit drop? Presumably just due to events or autonomy or something. Yeah, like this is extremely high autonomy, right? So the Siege of Sham is over. That's great. And that will, of course, auto-cap back some of these. So we should head down over, like, this way. And start capping back some of these territories. Beautiful. We have an Ottoman force over here that's going to do some capping as well. But what I really want to do is go hit Cairo. I can actually see it's under siege right now. I don't know by who, but I'm guessing these rebels. Kangri separatists are out over here, and we're just going to go send this reserve army after them. No problem whatsoever there. And these guys have how many troops? 92k. So we know that some of them are here. We know some of them were down here. Some are down here. Okay, noted. I want to see this and maybe take over this siege. 47k, we should easily win that. And we, of course, won this battle out over here. No shockers there. Bit low morale, but it's fine. Okay, so we win against these rebels, and we take over this siege at 99%, and we instantly take over Cairo. Wonderful. From here, I want to move back this direction. We see a lot of Egyptian troops out over this way. Making our way up to this fort is not bad. Ottoman forces are in the area. So I think we just stack wipe this force here. That was 10% of their army. Right there. That was 10%. That was kind of huge. They're down to 80k. Actually, that was like 11%, 12%. I can't math. But somewhere around in there. Cool. Ottomans, do you guys need any help stabilizing anywhere? No, you're doing okay. So I think we've got this pretty under control at this point. I'm going to head back home. Ottomans, you can take it from here. I don't want to spend more manpower on this. It should be good. So we do need, of course, to construct a manufactory up over here. That'll cost us a fair amount, and we're not really ready to do it yet unless there's a decision for that. We can do grant generalship, but we can impose a religious tax, and that'll be fine. We'll absolutely do that. We can ask for a contribution from the merchants guilds as well, and we're going to do that for the moment. And that, of course, means that we can come right up over here and put in that manufactory. Wonderful. So we'll do exactly that. Checking in, we can get a workshop in Kashmir. Looks good. So Bashkiria would now accept vassalization if we weren't in this war. Noted. Ottomans are probably going to end this war fairly soon. Like, they'd be probably willing to take a white piece right now. Ah, we can now refill garrisons. Cool. So we got a new level of army professionalism. That's all great, and we're just going to drill right here. These guys can drill as well. There we go. Hostile sieges down over here. Okay, yeah, these are rebels. Ottomans could handle that, I think, but they're not. We'll lose some legitimacy here, that's okay. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and oh, hello. Next episode, we're going to go stop this incursion down over here. I'm even going to send a second army over here. We do not want them taking our territory. That is definitely not a thing that we're going to accept. So we're going to start moving troops down this way. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamers, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, wow, I can't speak apparently, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. That is, of course, Upper Cumberland Gamers. And, of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.